We have more to look at of the Fox News liberal Jessica Tarlov laying out the truth and the facts of the Kamala campaign against the propaganda of her MAGA co-host. So I've pulled a few of these clips to discuss where we are in the race at this moment.
This is now a base election. Democrats are thrilled with what's going on. We're donating money. It's the biggest fundraising month in history, $310 million. Two-thirds of those are new donors. People are jazzed. We're ready to go. And it's going to be a couple 100,000 people in 5 to 6 states, right, that are deciding this. So keep running it on loop, but that's certainly not stopping any of us.
And with the fundraising she's getting, it destroys the narrative that MAGA tries to put forth about the party not even wanting her. It's clear that there's not only more excitement around her than's been on the Democratic side in a long time, but that has been in politics at all. She's gotten the most fundraising in a month in history ever in any campaign, all grassroots. So from everyday Americans, not from billionaires like Trump has to rely on. 2/3 of those are from new donors who never donated to the party before. And the Gen Z base has grown over 10x. So she knows who her base is. She's playing to that base. They're excited to support her. And it seems Biden did the right thing in passing the torch. It only further cements his legacy as possibly the greatest one-term president ever. And in endorsing Kamala, he clearly gave the party what they wanted.
J.D. Vance calling Kamala Harris a chameleon when he's now running with a man who he said might be America's Hitler is beyond comprehension. And for Donald Trump to be talking about how easy of a time that she's getting, she's just coasting by, he at this point is basically getting a free ride to continue talking about, like I've said, electrocuting sharks and all of no, it's true. People have it so baked in.
Between whether you want to get eaten by a shark or electrocuted by your EV.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, then all of it makes sense.
This is exactly correct. And Donald, in attacking Kamala for her race, is just allowing for his racism to bleed through and show again. He pushed the racist birther narrative about Obama. He tried to start one about Nikki as well, and is doing it to Kamala now and questioning her ethnicity as well, because race is all a racist old man can go to. Despite the fact that her father is Jamaican, she went to a historic black college and was in an African-American sorority. So tell me, like, for one, that this isn't the blackest picture you've ever seen. I'm just saying. And for two, J.D. Vance is someone who called himself a never Trumper. He called Trump America's Hitler. He said that we need to believe Jessica Leeds, who said that Trump sexually assaulted her, said that Trump was worse than the opioid epidemic and was terrible for working class families, and literally only switched his opinion on him because it was politically correct to do so if he was going to stay in power and relevant. And now he acts like Trump is God's gift to America so he can stay VP. You really think that J.D. Vance said that Trump was bad for working class families, then he watched Trump lead us into a manufacturing recession before COVID and then lose historic amounts of jobs after COVID and never live up to his economic promises for the working class and only do tax cuts for billionaires? And then he's like, you know what? I've seen the light. This guy's actually really good. No, that is more chameleon than Kamala Harris actually being black and Trump trying to say that she's not. And it's why J.D. Vance's favorability is at historic lows for a vice presidential pick.
Donald Trump is really flailing at this particular moment. He has spent the week trying to post pictures of Kamala's Indian family to claim that means that she isn't black. And Kamala Harris has been barnstorming all over the country. She had a huge rally in Atlanta. And like I said, the enthusiasm is up. And the forecasts now are even slightly favoring her. Rasmussen, which is Trump's probably favorite pollster, has her up 5 points. It's a good week for Kamala Harris and not a good week for Donald Trump.
Trump, despite calling for Biden to drop out and saying for months, if not year or 2 years, 3 years since the last election, pretty much that he's mentally unfit and shouldn't be running, it seems that he spent absolutely no time preparing for what he would do if Biden actually did. Now he's got the Pikachu meme face on, and you can tell in his attacks that this is true. Sometimes he's labeled her as soft on crime. Other times she's labeled as hard on crime. They say that she's a DEI hire because Trump or Biden was only going to pick a black woman. But then Trump also says that she's not even black, and none of it's of any substance. None of it really makes any sense. With Trump, it never does. And it all comes off rather weird. And none of it is landing, not even close to the way they want it to. And that's why Kamala has been surging while Trump flounders and flails, and he's been unable to rebound in any efficient manner. Now, It will be a close race, and that's why voting is more important than ever. Link in my description to register if you need. But Kamala is building the foundation she needs to win. She's getting the support. She's getting the fundraising, the donations. And if she can strategically pick her VP, that'll only help her so much more.